Good evening, my friends. Welcome. We are at Manitowoc Public Library. I am Miss Lynn. I am here with the fabulous Katie Chamberg from Glaze and Paint. We are going to do some canvas bay painting tonight. We have folks in-house. We may have some folks at home that joined in that picked up their kits. I'm going to let Miss Katie go ahead and get you started, and I'll be back at the end to give you some announcements about some great upcoming programs at the library. So Miss Katie, take it away.
Well, as she had said, I'm Katie. I'm from Glaze and Paint. We are downtown Manitowoc on Washington Street is our studio. We have paint your own pottery as well as other pieces. I'm going to be walking you step by step through this tote painting tonight. So this one's going to be more of a fun, creative. So you want to get your creative side flowing because it's not going to be a set pattern. You can really paint this however you would like. I'm just going to give you a few tips and different kinds of tricks on how to decorate it, but it doesn't have to be just like this. It can be however you would like, okay? So these totes are the perfect size for library books especially, but also you can use them kind of as a gym bag or as kind of a beach bag. Just make sure that if they get dirty, you just kind of want to hand wash them. This is more for parents than kids. And not machine wash them, because otherwise they could shrink. So just keep that in mind, but they are good to use after they are dry. You can actually use these. So for your setup at home, I always recommend putting tablecloths or paper down. So if you're here at the library, we have some tablecloths down. Make sure that you kind of stay on the covered area. You're also going to want a paper towel and just water to rinse out your brushes as well. This is acrylic paint, so it may stain surfaces, so just be a little careful, and I suggest wearing paint clothes. So just be a little careful with that, okay? So I also recommend everybody here at the library has just a tray to mix paint on. At home, you can use a tray, you can use a paper plate or any kind of art mixing tray too, whatever you would like. So first things first, everybody has a piece of cardboard inside your tote bag. Now we want to leave that in there because it acts as a barrier between one side to the other. So instead of the paint going through onto the other side of your tote or on the inside of your tote, it kind of acts as a block so that it doesn't stick and like kind of glue it together almost. So leave your cardboard in there when you're painting, okay? Now we're going to give everybody some paintbrushes. Now for people at home, you can use any kind of paintbrushes or sponges or anything too. So I'm just going to pass around these real quick here. So if you want to grab just a couple and then pass them around here, or if you want to check them, sounds good. A couple of person here. Oh, yeah, here, let me give these out for. Oh, I did get it. Oh. So again, if you're at home, you can use really any kind of brushes. We'll get you guys a water.
Big brush and a little brush. Oh. Pick a big one and a little one.
So once you found your brushes or whatever you're using at home,
You just use that one.
we're going to just go over some painting really quick. So everybody has 5 different colors. So you have red, yellow, and blue, which are your primary colors. So primary colors, as you might have heard in school, are colors that you can't get by mixing other colors, but you can use them to mix the other colors. So for example, red and yellow make orange, yellow and blue makes green, and red and blue make purple. And you also have black and white, so you can always mix black and white in with those colors to get different shades of colors too. Or you can just use them as is. If you just want to use the red, yellow, blue, and black and white, you don't have to mix if you don't want to, but that's what the tray is for. If you want to do some mixing of your paints, you can do that on the tray. So I'm just going to demonstrate that here. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but if you want to mix your own colors, you can start to do that. So just open up the little covers. And you can use any of the brushes, and if you want to mix, you can. And it's all about kind of experimenting. So I am mixing the yellow with the red, getting kind of an orange color. So I have my orange color here. And before you actually start putting paint onto your canvas tote bag, I recommend kind of making a plan of what you want to do. So on this one, I put my name and I put a sun because I thought I'd use this maybe in summer. And then I also put polka dots, so you can think about using different patterns or maybe be inspired by one of your favorite books. Maybe you want to incorporate that or you incorporate your name. You can do whatever you would like to do here. I just don't recommend painting the entire thing solid. You want to see the tote bag through it and just have a pattern or whatever you want on top of it. So leave some of that space so you can still see some of the tote bag through it. And then as you're painting, so I'm going to do another sun on my example here, it might take a couple coats of paint to get really nice solid colors. So I'm going to do a circle for my sun. And again, I mix this orange by using the red and the yellow. You can do whatever you want. You can do polka dots, stripes, zigzag, do it for your name or a quote, maybe from your favorite book, or you can be inspired by spring, flowers coming out. So just kind of think about your plan first, because once you start, it is going to be permanent once it's on there. So keep in mind what your plan is going to be and what you want to paint. So this is going to be my sun. The main part of my sun here. And in between colors, if you have to mix brushes, that's what the water is for. Just make sure to dry it really well before you use the brush again. Or you can just use a different brush too. You don't have to use the same brush. So like I'm going to use yellow next for the little rays of sunshine coming off of my sun. And again, you can make whatever you want. It doesn't have to be like I'm painting right here. You can paint it however you want to. I'm just putting some rays of sunshine coming off of my sun. It was nice and sunny today. Again, you can always use multiple coats of paint if you need to. So I'm just working on my sun here. And everybody's is going to be unique. That's the nice thing about art, is everybody's is going to be different and unique to you. So have fun and be creative with it. And it can be however you want it to be. I'm just finishing adding a little rays of sunshine on my sun here. So Jenna is kind of working on my son here. So everybody here at the library started painting their projects here. For those of us joining virtually, those are the tips that I have. You also have the handout sheet that has tips on it as well. But once this is finished, I would let it dry completely. Usually I say 24 hours before you use it. That way it's nice and dry. And then you can take the cardboard out of it. So that way, because it won't be wet to transfer onto the back anymore. So you can do both sides, but I recommend waiting until the front is completely dry and then doing the next side maybe the following day. So if you're here at the library, you can take the paints with you, or otherwise you can just do one side as well, okay? Just remember to be creative and have fun with whatever you're painting here. I hope to see some of these at the library carrying some books this summer for the summer reading program.
All right, we want to thank Ms. Katie for joining. We're going to let you, if you're working at home, we're going to let you keep painting on your own. We're going to wrap things up with our live feed. I do want to tell you about a couple of upcoming things though. We've got some really cool family activity nights coming up on May 10th. We will be doing a family prom. So if you want to dress up in your fancy clothes, or even if you come in your everyday clothes, we'll have some treats. We'll do some dancing. I think we're going to try and take some pictures that night. So that will be May 10th. There is no registration for that. Just come to the library. So that'll be at 6:30. On May 17th, we'll have our therapy dogs back. That you will need to call or stop in at the library to sign up for. Registration opens for that on May 3rd. And something very, very exciting. Starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, we have gotten some brewer tickets to give away again this year. There are 3 games in May that we have tickets available for. We will be giving away 4 tickets per household. Go online to manitowoclibrary.org and go to the events page, and you will be able to find those brewer game tickets. You can register online for them. Give us a call here at the library if you have any questions. Those become available tomorrow morning, starting at 9 o'clock. Check our Facebook page. We have all the links for that. There's probably links on the library website as well. So thank you again for joining us. We hope you had some fun, and we'll see you real soon at Manitowoc Public Library.